So, so I'm like working in psychology as a therapist, and I was talking with one of my clients, and they were talking about how like they had an ex-boyfriend, and who left her for another guy, and she was talking about how like she was like getting these paranoid thoughts about like how he was like out to kill her, and I was like, so how long after the breakup did you start having these thoughts? And she was like, oh, it was pretty quick. It was like just a week after we broke up, I started getting these fears that my ex was gonna kill me. And so, and I was like, okay, so you have these fears that your ex-boyfriend is gonna kill you. Did anything happen in the relationship that might have triggered this? And she thought about it for a moment, and she said, well, there was the moment of the breakup. And she told me the whole story about how like her boyfriend told her that he was gonna go do some ice skating, and she asked if she could come along with him, but he was like, oh no, I'm just meeting a friend there. And so, and bro, she ended up following her boyfriend to the ice rink, and there he was holding hands with another girl, skating like they were made for each other. And bro, this girl was completely devastated, bro, and she let him hear it, bro. She went up to the other girl, and she threw her away, and she went up into his face, and she was like, if I ever see you again, then I'll kill you. But then like after like all the fury subsided, she was like, had these feelings of guilt. She was like, oh, this guy was just hanging out with another girl, and maybe that wasn't right, but now I'm threatening to kill him because of it. And I was like, okay, so you experiencing these feelings of guilt, threatening to kill your ex-boyfriend? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, and I asked her, why do you think that guilt would lead you to think that your boyfriend's trying to kill you? And she was like, well, it's because, and she was like, well, I did something that I know I was wrong, and now, even though my boyfriend didn't seem that angry at me or anything, I still think that because of this thing that I did against him, he now wants to come after me and kill me because I stood in the way of him and his new girlfriend. And I was like, alright, so I believe I know what the problem is. You haven't forgiven your boyfriend, and because of this, you feel like he's coming after you because you're holding on to these feelings of hatred against him, and you think that your boyfriend's gonna kill you because you haven't. Basically, you're saying that because you threatened to kill your boyfriend, he's worried about you killing him, and now he feels like he needs to beat you to it. And he feels like it's life or death, you know, if he doesn't kill you, then you're gonna kill him. And so you're worried that because you haven't fully forgiven him, you feel like he's gonna come after you and kill you because of it. And she was basically like, oh yeah, something like that. And I was like, all right, so you need to forgive this boy. You know, it's like what Jesus taught, man. Jesus taught that you should always forgive your enemies. And me and my client met up the next week, and she was like, oh, I went over to my ex-boyfriend's house and I said that I was sorry for getting in the way between him and his new girlfriend. And bro, turns out that man was going ice skating with his sister, bro. It was just a friendly thing that he does with his sister to show that he cares and he wants to still be included in his life. And it wasn't any of this infidelity or any of this cheating going on. And so it turns out that she jumped to conclusions, boys. And so what we can learn from this, boys, is that we should never jump to conclusions, bro. We should ask questions and reason with people before we assume the worst of them. Because, bro, boys, if you're like really cynical, if you're like really overly critical about people, then you're never gonna have the social life that you want, because social lives and friendship are built on mutual trust, bro. It's not just forcing people to trust you. It's about mutual trust. You build other people's trust in you, and you need to trust and respect other people. And this is going to help you get the best relationship and the best friendships. And that's all I got for the video. Goodbye.